Welcome, Crusaders, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. We're back out here in camp. We've got some new people to talk to, one of which is a new companion, Sosiel here. He's a neutral good cleric. Sosiel's deity selection, Shaylin, gives him the glaive, favored weapon. So we took the dark horn off of Sela and gave that to him. We may actually use him more at range, but we'll see. He has good reach with the glaive, so maybe that would be cool. And for Sela, we gave her the blocker great axe. +1 cold iron great axe. When it lands a hit on an enemy, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or become prone for a round. So we'll try that out on her. Since she doesn't already, I don't believe she has any. Does she have a favored weapon? I don't think so. Where is her? She's a Iomide, right? Favored weapon would be a longsword, which I don't think we'll probably use on her. We'll want something else. We'll try this out. I like the glaive with the reach on it, but she's going to be up close most of the time, so this might be good. We'll try that out. It looks like a cool thing. It'd be nice to be disabling enemies when she hits them. Who's this? Mysterious elf. Damn it, you again, soldier. Okay, I don't think that was the mysterious stranger we've seen before, but maybe it was. Saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not a part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilster frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first, I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us. But now I see how it looks. Mighty shifty. The quartermaster eyes you with concern. She was some sort of spy then. Alright, we have some things to sell. I'm still carrying a bunch of unnecessary weapons. Just too hesitant to get rid of those. Kind of fear of missing out at this point. Hang on to them a little bit longer. And then I want to find Sosiel. Talk to him. Where is he? Oh, right there. By the cleric tent, I suppose. Isn't that what this was? Chapel
Hello
tent.
again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canabras, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sosiel. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
Definitely.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shaylin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then... they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
They fulfilled their duty honorably.
They did more than their duty. They gave everything they had to save others. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Trying to be cognizant of the choice. Whenever we get a choice for a lawful response that doesn't make us sound like a jerk, gonna try to take that so we can try to stay within our chosen alignment of lawful good. This definitely fit the bill there. A lot of the lawful choices just seem really like mean. What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
I think we could do that.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
Right, nice to meet you. Welcome
You
aboard.
must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Zacharias Cemetery has been revealed. Okay. So I've been thinking about this a little bit since last time, and we found this cleric. We'll see how we like him, but I'm really kind of settling. I think we're gonna try replacing Dayron with him, and then we'll have Sela, who I really like now with her partner Aegis there, and Lon and Ember. I think see how we do with those four, and then we can fill in the fifth spot with kind of whoever else we want to bring along with us. Okay, well, we've got plenty to do. I did want to talk to Irabeth about this scabbard, and then maybe we'll see if we can actually head out and take Sosiel with us and go visit the cemetery with him. Might be a good little starting venture here. Where's Irabeth first? Let's find her. It's probably right. There she is. Oh, you're here with the painter golem. Commander, allow me to say something. Irabeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, that I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too. But for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. Yeah, we found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Irabeth looks down. This scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hoped to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anivia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It is a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. Yeah, like this one. What a dick thing to say right now. I can see that you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Irabeth's cheeks. She nods silently. Irabeth lovingly traces the name imprinted in silver on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. So, it turns out that the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anivia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? Irabeth frowns. When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcements. Okay, we don't have that kind of money right now. We could sell some weapons. Perhaps later. As you command. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Irabeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It is an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the Stolen Lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards. The fate of the world is at stake, and yet... Irabeth's blush deepens and she falls silent. Okay. Irabeth says goodbye with a short bow. Okay. So I think, yeah, let's see what happens when we leave. And see where this cemetery ceremony is being held. We can take Sosiel with us. Oh, before we do that, we did want to rest. The Sosiel has, of course, lots of healing. He's got, it's cool, his level 2 domain slot, he's got protection from evil, communal. So we've got that in there. Actually, maybe instead of all these lesser restorations, let's throw another one of those Oh, can't we? Can't we put one of those in here too? Oh. No, okay. That's fine. Let's do another healing though instead. Otherwise, kind of normal stuff for him. We give him the delay poison because I don't anticipate having Camellia with us regularly. Okay, let's rest. We will have to figure out who's going to do the alchemy and scroll scribing for us. I guess when we're at camp, anyone can do that, like Nenio or Woljif. I don't believe we have anybody with brew potions. Oh, Lon has brew potions. But no spell book to pick from, I guess, of what to brew. Okay. Well, we don't want him there for the cooking. Don't really need to worry about this here now anyway. Oh, that's nice. So now from our commander's tent, we can actually exit the area from here. Okay, the one thing I did not do yet was the mythic abilities for other party members. I think I'll just hold on that for the moment. Okay. So we want those four and then someone else. Probably going to focus on a damage dealer most of the time here. Let's grab Woljif. Bring him along. We will need to level him up. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels... Oh, okay. This thing. You can now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces provides a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics, which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troops. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about its composition and the reward it is guarding. In the global map, you can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banners at the top. In army command mode, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the right. Much like your party, armies use roads to move around the map. To move, an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. Okay. Well, back to this. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels the space around him distort, and his sensory organs are flooded by false images, bred by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. His body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls, like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by the sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous force deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander. We stare intently at the ghostly figure. The darkness conceals the stranger's appearance, but something can be glimpsed. A massive set of bull's horns crowning a head, the tips glinting malevolently. There's no way we're getting this Knowledge Arcana check. Zeke uses every effort to suppress the tangle of rage in his soul, which the mysterious power is latched onto. By force of will, the commander pushes his anger down, as deep in his soul as he can. The attraction rapidly weakens in response. as if the mysterious enemy can no longer sense the commander and concentrate its efforts on him. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare. So here we are. Okay. So the cemetery's right there. Okay, good. I'm not going to worry yet about the mythic abilities, but let's get Woljif leveled up. Yeah, looking at this, the one thing we're missing in that group of 4 is trickery and stealth. So that's going to be something we're going to have to think about. Maybe that means, yeah, it's going to either be, I suppose Lon could maybe do some of that. We'd have to respec him again. Or we just go with Woljif, but I like having a spot open. Okay, Woljif gets a bonus here to his danger sense, and then I'm gonna grab Cat's Grace and invisibility. We'll call that good for now. As with everybody else, we're gonna have to think about how we want to build him. Haven't seen Hylor at camp yet. I'm assuming we have a way to respec people at some point. Let's see if we can make our way to the cemetery here. Martyr Zacharias' cemetery. Yeah, and then the other thing we're really going to have to look into is the whole crusade management piece. At first glance, it looks a little more fun, maybe, than the kingdom management in Kingmaker. We'll find out, I guess. All right, let's prepare ourselves for this funeral. An elderly man limps toward a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman, with her face bathed in tears, steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting. It burned like everything else in the house. There is nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Sosiel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this. He breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. You fought honorably and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten." Sosiel is too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners aggressively raise their fists into the air, inspired by your words. "Glory to the heroes of the crusade. Never forget." What is that? Oh, great. I kind of figured this might be interrupted by something. An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. It's a zombie. Run. Oh, several zombies.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Oh, yeah, we've got a whole horde. And we're not very well prepared, I would say. Okay, we're going to have to try to buff up a little bit. These guys are all level 2. Go ahead and get your bark skin on. See, we could... I don't know, we're really surrounded. I don't know if moving... Trying to move back here this direction, maybe. Try to kind of get them in front of us. Sela and Aegis are there. Maybe we try to move back this direction. I think we go here. Ember. Let's just move you over here. Kind of out of harm's way. Zeke, saddle up. Oh, we can't. Then he could do... Let's see, Sosiel has the protection from evil. Let's just get a bless on. Saxon, just stay there. Aegis, zombie lord down here. Not any higher level. Aegis can actually charge back here and get this guy. Let's do that. Woljeff. Get the mirror image on. Alright, Aegis just gonna chew these zombies up.
Cover me, all right?
We're probably fine with this, aren't we? Let's just real time it. You don't need to make it take 20 minutes when it could take one. Oh, we have more coming up out of the ground. That's why we're pausing. I still think we're good. Just let this roll. Sosiel. With a heavy heart, Sosiel looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Sosiel hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, this stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head. The unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. So, some of those guys here at the funeral were throwing something into the open graves that caused them to reanimate. Black onyx gem. It looks like some of the townspeople were only feigning their grief. These demon worshippers are everywhere. Now I understand why the Inquisitors of Canabras became so paranoid. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. Find the cultist. Okay, let's look around and then we'll follow over here. If somebody's in here. Let me out. I'm suffocating. Oh no, trickery check failed. That's not good. You might be stuck in there. Can we just try that again?
You asked me.
Do we have a way to
Who, me?
boost his trickery? Oh yeah, I forgot. We had the conversation with Queen Galfrey about this Covenant of the Inheritor that I hadn't even looked at before. We need to be using that. It emits a holy aura, which gives all party members in a 30-foot area +2 bonus to caster level checks to overcome spell resistance, and the weapons become good aligned and count as if they were made of cold iron. Sounds like at some point we may want to give that to Galfrey if Zeke has any
Our time has come.
romantic intentions there. Okay, looks like that's on. We give this to Woljif. Could use the signet of House Vespertilio to get his trickery up. Assuming other people besides our main character can use that. Can you just use it from here? I don't know. I don't want to accidentally do the wrong skill.
My tail is restless.
Okay, try this again. Woljif.
This is my
There we
kind
go.
of work.
Unquiet dead. The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods, and thank you too. I knew this was going to happen someday. They buried me alive. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? No, no, no. You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such a things to the dead Baroness wags her finger at you in a chastising manner, but cuts herself short, staring at her own hand in horror. What? How? This simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. Sosiel, I'm afraid it's true. I am truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems that he disturbed your rest as well. The dead woman covers her face with what remains of her decaying hands. So I died, but even in death, the accursed servants of the abyss torment me. Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest? I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there is no place for me here. Not in this miserable form. How did you awaken? Do you remember anything? Allow me a moment to think. Seems like it. Yes, indeed, I awoke because I heard a voice. They were reciting poetry, or a prayer, perhaps. I suppose those were spells, then. It must have been your thrice-damned necromancer. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family while you're here? That good-for-nothing band of hangers-on? Most certainly not, thank you very much. I am reasonably confident that they have already brought my estate to ruin and squandered the fortune I bequeathed to them. They will have to do without my missives. Spare us both that indignity and embarrassment. You see, I would still be in the company of those I truly care for, were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. I suppose they're parlor and parlor tricks. Lay the undead to rest. Rest in peace. Thank you. Do feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces are dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. Okay. Well, I don't want to forget that Woljif was using this, so let's grab that and give it back to Zeke. Lest we forget. Alright, I know people are probably like, why don't you level up their mythic abilities? And we will. I just don't feel like dealing with that at the moment. We will eventually. I don't think it's going to be super detrimental to us getting through this one area. There's the exit, but I think we need to look the other direction for the townspeople. It could have gone to a completely different area altogether, I suppose. Ability check over here. Did I loot that lady's body?
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
We did, didn't we? I don't even remember what we picked up off her. Golden chain with diamonds. Like, maybe she just handed it to us. Before we... who knows what else would be out here. Let's make sure we got delay poison on. Yeah, we'll have to think about that because we're lacking in the
Let us press on.
They will break
stealth and
against our
trickery.
resolve.
Now, if we don't regularly have Woljif or Camellia with us.
The inheritor.
Just real-time these
guide
things.
My blade.
Got zombies feeding. Aegis. Why don't you charge in there?
We are the light. They are the darkness.
If we see anything besides just regular zombies, we'll slow things down, but see if we can manage these in real time. Oh, a lot of them. Let's do does he have a damage undead? Thought he did. I'm just not seeing it. Here we go. Let's put this out here where we can remember it. They might be dead before he gets it cast. There we go.
I can still fight.
He's really not got the AC to be fighting their front line like that. Wait, looks like they're waiting for us. Okay, these guys look a little more hardcore. There's a whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance. The stealth route. Okay, so let's...
Escaping from sight.
Was there something over here that kind of walked us over here? We can climb up here. For what purpose, though? Maybe we can go that ladder over there, then? Okay, up the ladder, onto the roof. Who are you? What do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith. You can do it. Sosiel's charging in. It's a slow motion charge. He's just gonna go in there and wreck him. All right. Anything to say for yourself? This is the end of your blasphemous magic. I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. Do you think I need your permission? Hey, you bone bags. Stand up and kill. Wow, lots of bone bags. Alright, Sosiel, how about another damage undead? Let's see if we can move you out of here a little bit then. Don't necessarily want him on the front line. But he's got that glaive. Ember, we don't really want you out there either. To actually see if she could slumber the Necromancer. Yeah. Aegis. See, Woljif's right there. He can get that guy. Aegis, let's get you out here. Let's wreck this zombie lord right here.
Into the fray.
Yeah. Woljif, get this dude.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
And Zeke, why don't you head over to this bone bag? I kind of forgot about these two archers over here. Okay, Sosiel. I think we better just do a heal. I'd like to use the damage undead again. Guess we could. Let's go for the offense. Doesn't get a whole lot of out of that yet. Ember. Burning arc in here. There we go, Aegis. Start sending him toward these archers back here. Sela, get this guy.
Take you!
Distract them from me.
Endure this.
Alright, well, Jeff, Wahan, good job. Okay, we're about done with these guys. I guess we still have the Necromancer, but he's sleeping. Alright, we'll send Zeke down here to get this other archer, so you just start working on this Necromancer. Sela.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Time to share your treasures.
Alright, Woljeff, got him. One more down here. Go get him, Zeke and Saxon. Come on.
Make every strike count.
There we go. I surrender. Stop. I give up. Don't hit me. The young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rat. How dare you? Suddenly Sosiel becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into fists, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the Necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag. I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then you... I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Stop it. I surrender. Your... Sosiel ignores the Necromancer's cries of pain, punching him right in the teeth. The Necromancer spits blood but continues, fighting past the wild blows to his increasingly bruised and busted face. You are a priest of Shaylin. I've surrendered, so you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Do you two know each other? They must, but he's going to keep punching. We do. That's Nardi, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog, then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons, studied the goddess's teachings, and praised our art. Sosiel grits his teeth. Were you lying to our faces the whole time? When we took you in, when you sat at our table, when we broke bread with you? Were you planning to stab us in the back, even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let's dig into the rest. The cultist curves his bloodied lips into an evil sneer. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We are everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it too. You are not like all those pious devotees you pretended to be. And maybe you fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity. I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame. But sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea, it's a pity it didn't work. Shut up. Sosiel swings his fist but stops it in midair. His clenched fist trembles as he stares at the cultist with an expression of pure hatred. You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sosiel. So loyal to your goddess, you'll have to let me go or commit a sin. So I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Haha. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes. The Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive? You must try to save their soul. To show them the beauty of the world. Persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Sosiel, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teachings. run to Shaylin for redemption and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. The cultist smirks impudently. Do you really believe that even this scum deserves a chance at redemption? I don't know. May Shaylin forgive me, but I have never had to struggle with his burden before. He looks at the cultist with visible disgust. I had no time to try healing the souls of villains. I was always preoccupied with healing the bodies of those hurt by them. The cleric looks up at the sky. Forgive me, Eternal Rose. You teach us to be merciful to our enemies and love them, but I am too weak, I'm afraid. Grant me absolution from this sin, for this kind of love is beyond me. Well, yeah, Sosiel, it's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. Sosiel looks at the battered necromancer's face, then at his bloodied hands in disgust. He slowly lowers and unclenches his fists. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, but I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. Sosiel wipes the necromancer's blood off his knuckles and steps away from him. You are the commander and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. The necromancer, I surrender. Here, take everything I've got, just don't kill me. The cultist turns out his pockets. I will send a messenger with orders to imprison the cultist. His deeds will be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Yes, that's the right thing to do. The cleric lets out a sigh of relief. Thank you. Okay. And we're back for the real funeral. Sosiel examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified townspeople. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. Townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Sosiel's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. After a prayer, Sosiel bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Before we leave, I want to see if we missed anything else over here in the town. Oh, we've still got zombies back here. A zombie.
Or else.
Can we retreat already?
The performance
All right.
is lacking.
Took care of them.
You are lacking.
We're still gonna have the guys waiting here for us, or did they join the fight when we were inside that temple? Yeah, they're gone. There's an exit. Okay, looks like we got everything in here. Pick up those things when we leave. All right. Well, we met Sosiel. We are gonna have to. I mean, if we do go with this group of 4, we're gonna have to decide who can handle the trickery. We're definitely going to need somebody to do that if we don't have Woljif or Camellia with us all the time. I mean, I like this particular group. I think until there's somebody else or we need to do another companion quest or something, I could see this being the group here with Woljif. So I don't know, maybe we just stick with this group for now. Woljif can handle the trickery stuff. We'll see. I mean, I'm guessing we're going to meet some other folks eventually we're going to want to take out with us. I suppose, I mean, Lon really is not providing much for us besides damage. So it could potentially be we swap him out for someone else that we want to take with us. Anyway, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Ember's tired. She's going to take a break, as are we all here. I hope to see you again here with me next time. Bye-bye.